Hi, I'm Elena, a graphic designer with a knack for turning everyday visions into vivid realities. The sun was setting behind us, casting golden hues over the beach as Michael and I stood hand in hand, surrounded by the people we loved most. The day had been nothing short of magical, with the air filled with laughter and the gentle hum of the ocean. "You look absolutely stunning, Elena," Michael whispered, kissing my hand as we turned to face our family and friends. The applause erupted around us, and I couldn't help but feel like the luckiest woman alive. As the evening progressed, the reception was in full swing, with guests dancing and the clink of glasses punctuating the lively music. Michael tugged at my hand, pulling me slightly away from the festivities. His expression was serious, a stark contrast to the joyous smile he had worn all day. "Elena, there's something important. Sarah's here tonight. I think it would be best if you apologize to her." "Apologize? Michael, why would I apologize to your ex on our wedding day?" I could feel my heart pounding, confusion quickly morphing into frustration. "It's just, there were things left unsaid, and it could give us all some closure." "Michael, this is our day. Why are we even discussing this now? Why is she here?" He looked away, the tension between us thickening. "She's a friend of the family, and it didn't seem right not to invite her. Just a few words, Elena, for my peace of mind." "Fine, if it means so much to you," I conceded, though resentment simmered beneath my calm facade. We approached Sarah, who stood awkwardly by the edge of the dance floor. "Sarah, Michael thinks it would be good if I said I'm sorry if there were any hard feelings from before," I said, each word heavier than the last. "Thank you, Elena. I wish you both the best," Sarah replied, her voice steady, though she avoided meeting my eyes. As we walked away, Michael squeezed my hand, thanking me, but the seed of doubt had already been planted. The rest of the evening, I found myself watching him, noticing how his eyes followed Sarah through the crowd. Later, when the music had slowed and the night was drawing to a close, I pulled Michael aside. "We need to talk about what happened earlier. Why did it matter so much for you to have me apologize to her today?" "Elena, it was just about making peace. Let's not ruin our night over this." "Making peace? On our wedding day? It felt more like you were still holding on to something from the past." "Elena, you're reading too much into this. Let's just enjoy our night, okay?" His dismissal stung, and as I watched him walk away to mingle with guests, a chilling realization dawned on me. This was not just about making peace, it was a sign of unresolved issues that Michael hadn't been honest about. As the final guests said their goodbyes and the night air cooled, my mind raced with doubts about the man I had just married. What was supposed to be the beginning of our happily ever after felt more like stepping into a carefully masked trap. I knew then that this was just the beginning, and I needed to find out the truth about Michael's feelings for Sarah, even if it meant unsettling the foundation of our new marriage. The following day, still grappling with the confusion of last night's events, I met up with a few friends over coffee, hoping they could shed some light on Michael's strange behavior. Why would Michael want me to apologize to Sarah, of all people, on our wedding day? I questioned, stirring my coffee more out of nervousness than need. "Elena, you know there was always something unfinished about how things ended with Sarah." "Maybe he feels guilty," offered Lisa, always the one to play devil's advocate. "But guilty enough to ruin our wedding day? It just doesn't add up," I countered, feeling the frustration bubble up again. "Yeah, it's weird, but maybe he's just trying to clear his conscience," Tom chimed in, trying to sound neutral. Determined to confront Michael directly, I waited for him to return from work. As soon as he walked through the door, I knew we had to clear the air. "Michael, we need to talk about yesterday. Why did you insist I apologize to Sarah in front of everyone?" "Elena, I thought we agreed to move past this. I just wanted to smooth things over." "Smooth things over, or is there something else? Are you still holding on to feelings for her?" "Come on, Elena, don't start. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. It's not just a small issue, Michael. You embarrassed me on what should have been the happiest day of our lives." "Elena, I apologized, didn't I? Let's just let it go." "No, I can't just let it go. There's something more here, and I need the truth." Our conversation was cut short when the phone rang. Michael answered, his face tensing as he listened. Watching him, I could tell it was Sarah on the line. He was careful with his words, casting quick glances my way. "Elena, that was Sarah. She's going through a tough time and reached out for some advice. On our honeymoon, the coincidence is too much to bear." Elena, you know I've always been someone people find easy to talk to. But why must it be you? Can't she find someone else to confide in? Why are you so insecure about this? You're acting crazy. Crazy, am I? Or is it crazy to have your husband taking calls from his ex on our honeymoon? Elena, stop overreacting. You're letting your imagination run wild. Feeling neither heard nor respected, I decided to take matters into my own hands. The next day, I contacted Sarah directly and met her in a quiet cafe downtown. Sarah, I don't mean to intrude, but I need to understand why you're reaching out to Michael now. Elena, I'm sorry if it's causing trouble. He was a big part of my life, and there are things I'm still working through. But why now, Sarah? Why on our wedding day? I guess I hoped it would be closure, not just for me but for Michael too. This isn't closure, Sarah. It's stirring up more trouble. What exactly did you two not finish talking about? Elena, I don't think I'm the one you should be asking. The meeting left me with more questions than answers, feeling my resolve. I needed undeniable proof of whatever was happening behind my back. If Michael wouldn't give me the transparency I deserved, I'd find it myself. The gears were already turning for a plan to reveal the full extent of Michael's deceit. A plan that would need careful, calculated steps to execute. I couldn't let this slide. The doubts and secretive talks were too much. I called my friend Mia, who had always been my go-to in times of crisis. Mia, I need your help. It's about Michael and Sarah. Whatever you need, I'm here. I need to know what's really going on between them. I'm thinking of hiring a private investigator. Are you sure about this, Elena? That's pretty serious. I've never been more sure of anything. Can you recommend someone? Actually, yes. I know someone discreet and effective. I'll send you his contact. The private investigator was a man of few words but came highly recommended. Rick assured me he could get the evidence discreetly and quickly. We met in a dimly lit cafe where I laid out what I needed. I want to know how often they meet, texts, calls, everything. Understood. I'll get you what you need. The days that followed were a mix of anxious waiting and acting normal around Michael. Finally, Rick called. I have something for you. We met again, and he handed over a folder filled with photos, text message logs, and call records. The evidence was damning: secret meetings, daily texts, and more. It's as you suspected, they've been in frequent contact. Armed with the truth, I decided it was time for everyone else to know. I planned to expose Michael at our upcoming anniversary party. Mia was pivotal in orchestrating the event so that all our close friends, including some of Sarah's, would be there. The night of the party, the air was charged with tension, at least for me. Michael was his usual charming self, unaware of the storm about to break. As we gathered everyone for a toast, I took a deep breath. This was it. Thank you everyone for being here today. There's something important I need to share. I turned to Michael, holding up the photos. Can you explain these, Michael? Why have you been meeting Sarah secretly? The room fell silent. Michael's face went pale. Elena, what are you doing? This isn't the place. Not Michael. This is exactly the place. Everyone should know the kind of man you are. Elena, please. Let's talk about this privately. There's nothing left to discuss behind closed doors. You betrayed our marriage. The crowd murmured, the shock evident on their faces. Michael tried to grab the photos, but I pulled the photos back. Everyone, I said, my voice steady despite the tremor of emotion. I found out Michael has been lying to us all for months. He's been seeing Sarah all while being married to me. Elena, stop this now. It's not like that, Michael pleaded. Then what is it like, Michael? Tell us all, since there's so much to say. The room was thick with tension. Friends exchanged uneasy glances, unsure of whom to support. Elena, this isn't you. You're better than this, Michael tried to deflect. I am better, I said, and that's why I'm doing this. I deserve the truth, and so does everyone here. As I stood there, feeling the weight of the gathered eyes on us, I knew things would never be the same. But I felt a surge of empowerment, having taken control of the narrative and refusing to be a victim in my own story. This was the beginning of reclaiming my life, no matter the fallout. The room fell silent as the confrontation unfolded. Friends and family, some with mouths agape, watched as the drama between Michael and me reached its climax. Why, Michael? Why did you deceive me? Why all the lies? I demanded, my voice steady despite the storm raging inside me. Elena, I didn't want to hurt you. It wasn't anything serious with Sarah. I was confused and I made a mistake, Michael stammered, his voice a mix of desperation and regret. A mistake? Secret meetings, countless texts and calls are a mistake. You humiliated me on our wedding day, Michael. This wasn't just a lapse in judgment. Please, Elena, I love you. I never wanted to lose you, but you chose to betray me. How can there be love where there is no trust? The room echoed with uneasy whispers. Our friends exchanged looks of disbelief and pity. I thought we could get past this. I thought we could start over, Michael pleaded, reaching for my hand. Start over after everything. No, Michael. It's too late. I can't just pretend nothing happened. As I pulled my hand away, Mia stepped forward. She's right, Michael. You can't just play with people's feelings and expect no consequences. Elena deserves better. Supportive nods from others in the room bolstered my resolve. This wasn't just my battle anymore. It was a stand for respect and truth. Turning back to Michael, I took a deep breath. This is over, Michael. I deserve a life filled with genuine love and respect, not deception and heartache. With that, I walked away, the murmurs of support following me as Michael stood there, a figure of solitude and regret. In the days that followed, the reality of my decisions sank in. It was daunting yet liberating. The path ahead was unclear, but it was mine to shape. I was no longer bound by Michael's deceit or the shadow of a relationship built on lies. I began channeling my energies into my passion for design, taking on new projects that challenged and excited me. My nights were no longer about what-ifs, but about the joy of creating, transforming blank canvases into expressions of my inner strength. Life was different now, quieter but more authentic. I had found a new community of friends who valued and respected me, and every day was a step toward healing and growth. Standing by the ocean one evening, the breeze gentle and reassuring, I realized that this was not just an end but a beginning, a chance to embrace who I was and who I could become. No longer defined by someone else's actions, I was free to be unapologetically Elena, strong, creative, and undeterred by the past. That brings us to the end of Elena's tumultuous journey. Now, here's a question for all of you. Should personal issues, like past relationships, ever be brought into new commitments, especially something as serious as marriage? Where should one draw the line between past loyalties and present commitments? This story unfolded with every secret revealed, leading to drastic decisions. What's your take on balancing personal history with current relationships? I'd love to hear your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Your insights not only enrich our community, but also help others who might be facing similar situations. Don't forget to like this video if you found Elena's story compelling, and subscribe to stay updated with more narratives that stir the mind and challenge our hearts. Your interaction means the world to us, and we're eager to see how you feel about this complex intersection of love, trust, and past connections.